Alrighty, guys. So, the Diecast International Builders are hosting a Cars of the 60s build, celebrating the great cars from the 1960s. And, I was gonna do my cousin's Nova. And then I had the realization that I don't have an extra Nova casting. The Nova casting I have an extra of is a station wagon, and his is not a station wagon. So, guess what I'm doing, guys? I'm doing another Studebaker. Alrighty, guys. So the idea for my Cars of the 60s went from a Nova to a Studebaker truck, which is vastly different. And I must say, I tried really hard to find another one of these castings because I really like this aqua color. However, I'm going to really like this even more, the colors that I want to do with it. You can see I've had this for a while because I already gave it some turn signals. So hopefully my orange marker works again and I can give it turn signals again. This truck is going to be pink and white. And a lot of people are going to ask me, why in the world do you want to do that pink and white? Well, one time, it wasn't a Wheeler Dealer magazine, it wasn't Auto Trader. It might have been Indiana Auto and RV. It was one of those types of magazines, though. There was one of these trucks in it, and it was pink and white, and it was actually really cute. And I didn't get it. Obviously, I've got my older Studebaker, and it had a Chevy 305 in it. This pink Studebaker did, but I wanted one that had a Studebaker motor in it. And if I remember right, at the time I wasn't real keen on the pink color. And as with what I did with a few trucks, by the time I kind of decided that maybe driving a pink pickup truck wouldn't be too bad, I kind of missed out on that, but that was all right. I much prefer my tan Studebaker that I've got. But I've talked to so many girls that I show them a picture of that pink Studebaker truck, and they say, "Oh, that's so cute," and how much they like it. And so anyway, I want to do one of these pink. And what I wanted to do with that real truck is, if I had it, I wanted it pink, and then this aqua color here, I want to do aqua flames on it. I know that sounds really bad, and that might not have looked good. Maybe not this aqua color, but more of like a Gumby green type of color, I think would have looked good. But anyway, this is going to be all pink. This isn't going to have Gumby green flames on it. So this is the pink Studebaker truck that I saw in the magazine. I liked it so much I took a picture of it in the magazine. And so the wheels are going to be a little different on our custom. I think I could put baby moons on it, but I think I've got some wheels that are going to work out okay for this custom. I'm trying to zoom out enough without showing the phone number at the bottom of this. Although you wouldn't get an answer probably if you called that phone number, because this has been it couldn't have been 7 years ago. It's probably been 5 years ago. I've had my truck for 4 years. It might have been 6 years ago then, because I saw this quite a while before my truck. But this is kind of what it's going to look like. This appears to have a pink interior. I'm going to stick with a white interior on our little custom here. But this is the inspiration for the custom that we're doing today, is this little truck right here. I don't know how well it's going to look. I think I'm doing a little bit more vibrant pink than what this is. But, because this is kind of like a pastel pink. And I may end up doing a two-tone. It depends on how adventurous I feel like being. I may do the hood and the top of the fenders white, or maybe the top of the cab white, but I'll just see what I'm feeling. I know I'm doing white bumpers and white wheels. This will also be the first Johnny Lightning that I have done. I don't think I've done a custom Johnny Lightning before, so I may not have to do anything to those bumpers. They're a little chipped up. Maybe I should paint them, but they're cast into the base, so that's kind of cool. May not have to do anything. I am going to clean up the base. This appears to be a victim of the basement flood we had that's been several years ago now. But this appears to be a victim of that. It's kind of corroded, and I noticed under the hood it had some zinc coming out of the die cast there, but luckily the paint isn't bubbled anywhere, so this shouldn't have any bad pitting on it. And being a Johnny Lightning, it should be a fairly decent casting. And it rolls good. Alrighty, so here comes the Studebaker apart. And I'm sure, okay, good, that comes out. Oh, I missed one. It's riveted in, or mushroomed in, I should say. And, yeah, so I shouldn't have put all my stuff away, I guess. I'm not sure what that little mushroom is for. Unless the bed comes out of it, like the bed floor, but I don't need it to, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Okay, well that's nice. The interior you can't put back in the wrong spot because it's got these nice little pegs that hold it in. That is just wonderful. And the dash pad is detailed. You can see the little deal on there, the details, but we don't get a actual like gauge cluster or anything like that. So probably I'm not going to do a whole lot to the interior because, like I mentioned, I do want the white interior. And to be honest, if I can find my little center caps that are for Johnny Lightnings that I want to use, I'll just pop these chrome ones out. These are supposed to be Krager's, but I don't want Krager's on it. So guess what? I have other center caps. I just got to find them because I haven't used them ever. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So once I get the windshield out, it's only got 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And then, of course, each wheel has 2 pieces because it's got hubs in it. But, yeah, so actually, for a Johnny Lightning, it's very detailed, but also very simplified, which I very much like that. So I got the glass out. I almost cracked it, but I didn't. I did, but not where it's visible. Let's put it that way. I do have to file some more with the rotary Dremel or else the plastic won't go back in there. And I did figure out what this is, and I don't need to take it out. On a lot of pickup truck castings, the corners of the bed don't get painted very well. And as you can see, Johnny Lightning did a pretty good job in these corners. If I drill that mushroom out, the front of this bed of the truck is gonna come out. That's all that's for. And the tabs are for a white canopy topper that can go on here. And it was on here, but I put it on a different truck. So that's it. This can go in the paint stripper. This can go in the parts drawer. I thought you guys might want to see this. That blue truck turned this, it has a blue cloud around it. Yep. So I do believe it worked quite well, as long as I don't drop it back in there. But I don't want to waste all of that stripper. Look how much paint stripper is still on that thing. So prior to polishing or cleaning up, here is our pickup truck. All the paint came off of the top and not from the bottom, which is interesting. Not important other than the wheel wells, but still interesting. And all the loose paint in there, I just gotta get out with little tools. And then I didn't think I'd be able to find the hood in the paint stripper, so I need to go spray that with the aerosol stripper. So, got all the paint off of our truck. I really did wire wheel in there, it just didn't shine up. It kind of did the same thing that the base did. You know, it just got certain shiny parts, but that's okay. I can detail the engine later, and as far as the base goes, Johnny Lightnings typically don't have a shiny base anyway, so it's not a big concern of mine. Now, as I mentioned, it does have these Krager wheels, and I don't want it to have fancy wheels, and I have these little center, I don't know what you call these, because they are the wheels, but they're just technically center caps. You get a little hook tool like this here, and you pull the Krager out. Doesn't tear it up either, you can reuse those on something else. And then you pop one of these in there. So I gotta heat these up so that I don't crack any more wheels. I did crack this one, but guess what? It still rolls just fine. You'll have to excuse the airplane that's being worked on also. I got a little ahead of myself and started working on it without the camera. This paint was very stretchy and looked like I painted it with bubble gum. And that was kind of gluing the hood shut, and I was getting a little concerned. So, I've never had to use this little pick on these little cars before, but I've used it 3 times on this truck. I used it to put the new wheel inserts in. I used it to take the old wheel inserts out. And I had to use it to get the paint out of the bed corners. And I used it to pry the hood back open. And this is where I got ahead of myself. Started detailing the engine bay. I think I'm gonna do something different. I think that's supposed to be the distributor. On some of the Studebakers, the distributor's to the side, and on some of them it's in the front. So anyway, I think I'm going to do the distributor the different color because the tan is not, or beige is not showing up. I wanted to do this a pastel pink, like a soft, like a 50s, 60s pink. My pastel pink paint was not Rust-Oleum, it was Duplicolor. And it did the same Duplicolor thing that every Duplicolor I've ever painted did. And it bubbled up and it did all the weird textures and it looked horrible. So I didn't use that. I had to use my Tamiya, which is fine except for that is fluorescent pink. Oops, you can't see that. It says fluorescent pink. And the trouble with that is it's not a soft pink like I was wanting it. It's a very in-your-face pink. Not what I was wanting, but that's the cards we were dealt. Pink's not a color a lot of these hobby shops have in stock, so I used what I had with me. I don't know why I put this in a different bin. Here's the rest of the parts for that truck. So I gotta detail the, okay, none of that, that's extra. I gotta detail some more stuff on this before I put it together. But, I repainted the bumpers, nice glossy white. And I got the wheel inserts in. I think it was gonna look much better with the white wheels. I split one tire, putting the wheel inserts in. So what I did was took the hairdryer and heated the rest of these up and then jammed them in there. They still went in very hard. Not something I was enjoying, but it rolls okay. It didn't roll great before, but it rolls pretty well. So, gonna detail it out and go from there. So got our little Studebaker Champ all detailed out as well as I can get it detailed out. I did white windshield wipers to contrast the chrome trim around the truck. The white grill could have come out a little better, but I'll just live with it. The turn signals don't show up real well on the pink, but they are in the correct spots. And I don't have a white paint marker that is capable of making the Studebaker script, so I did it the best I could. I got the round top on the A and the lazy S to start it out. It ain't centered real well, but the letters look pretty well, except for maybe the R. I screwed up the R. The letters look pretty well like they're supposed to. The taillights are red. They look dark here for some reason. I didn't do anything to the interior. I didn't think I needed to, because it's kind of hard to see in there. I almost painted the steering wheel pink, but I didn't. And then, of course, I already showed you the base. So I found it very ironic. I could have bought one of these trucks for $1,000 that run really good. It was rusty, but that'd make it a good winter truck. Because I know my 49 truck just tracks through the snow like a snowmobile. But the Indiana salt is pretty hard on that thin metal on those trucks. And so I gotta clean the stupid thing all the time so it doesn't turn to junk. And anyway, I could have bought one of these Champs for $1,000 that run good. It would have been a great winter truck. And it started out blue, and it had a worn out paint job on it. I think it would have become pink, but it would have been pastel pink like this was supposed to be. But this was blue and it's pink, just like the real truck would have been if I had bought it. I just kind of missed out on it. I will put this on the turntable for you guys, but this is the cars of the 60s build. My entry, it's just a little pink Studebaker truck. I think it's a 63, just because that's what I decided it's going to be. This blue truck started out with a topper on it, and that $1,000 one I was talking about, that had a topper on it as well. So this just all around was just like that. There's our interior back in there. It fit in there just perfectly like it's supposed to. I love those white wheels with the white trim on the truck. I think that looks wonderful. So I will put this on the turntable. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. And thank you to the Diecast International Builders for hosting this build.